Hey my beautiful Gemini peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your April 11th through the 17th weekly tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. In reference to these weekly readings, they're very short and to the point, so without further ado, let's see what's up. Starting out here with the current energies for Gemini this week. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the week of the 11th. What current energies are coming up here for Gemini? And let's go ahead and see what we got. First card out, we have here the Hierophant. Gemini, you cannot escape this Hierophant card, I swear. It has been in your pre-shuffle and it kept on deciding to come out, and here it is yet again. So, seeing that Hierophant card, Taurus energy, of course, it could really talk about obligations, commitments. It could symbolize a marriage as well, or things that are like keeping up with the status quo. It could resonate to that energy as well. Kind of what I'm feeling here is almost like how your faithfulness or your commitment to something, it's like the way that it's impacted you hasn't been too great is kind of what I'm seeing here. Because it's interesting, looking at the Hierophant in this tarot deck, the Hierophant almost looks like it's the devil, right? You have here two people that are kind of bowing down to whatever this being is, and at the end of the day, he's kind of got like this whip in his hand and then a gift in his hand. So it's like, it's almost like to get something positive, you have to go through so much on a mental level just to get something good. So this could be symbolizing work here for a few of you. Maybe you have a job that makes good money, but it's a job that's very taxing on your mental health. It could even be a job maybe that's very taxing on your physical health. And what would be the plus or the bonus of that? Well, I make a lot of money, right? So you get a positive here from whatever it is you're doing, but there also is a pretty big negative that comes along with it. And I think it kind of comes down this week of like, is the positive outweighing the negative, or is honestly the negative starting to outweigh the positive here? So whether it's about a job that's very taxing on you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but you make a lot of money, or whether it's a relationship that can be very emotionally taxing on you, but yet you get something positive out of that relationship, it really comes down to like, is the negatives here starting to finally outweigh the positives? Now, taking a look at the next card we have for you, we do have here the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, for me, can represent a multitude of things. Most of the people that read tarot will kind of identify that as like a stalker card or a card of where you're like spying on someone, but I don't feel like that's the case here. I feel like there is a certain amount of hesitancy here, Gemini, that is about removing yourself from this situation. You're almost kind of hesitant to let go of whatever you're invested in right now because you're kind of nervous of if it will be a good thing for you anyways. Even if the negatives are outweighing the positives, letting go of the situation could be a negative experience altogether. So for example, let's say the job you're working at is making you a great amount of money, but it's incredibly taxing on your mental and physical health. But here's the thing, if I was to quit that job and I'm no longer making that money, then that's going to be even more stressful. So I could see why you'd be hesitant, because then you're like, I'm out of a job that made me good money, I need money to survive. So that's really where this vibe is going. You kind of feel like you're stuck in a rock, or between a rock and a hard place here. Looking at the last current energy we have here Knight of Cups. All you know, Gemini, is you want forward movement, but you want forward movement that's not going to be taxing on you. You want forward movement to where you're getting the best of both worlds. If this is job related, you want to work a job that you'll be happy and that you'll be feeling good in, but also making a great amount of money. Same thing if it's a relationship, right? You want to be with a partner that you love and enjoy, but you also feel like it's not a very combative and draining kind of relationship to be a part of. So coming into your week here, you feel like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place here. All right, let's go ahead and have a look and see what you're dealing with this week. What are my Geminis going to be dealing with throughout the week of the 11th? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. First card out, we do have here the Fool card, getting ready to let it all go. Fool card usually says it's time to have blind faith and jump into a brand new beginning. So I definitely feel like you're really noticing that the negatives are outweighing the positives in regards to whatever situation you're involved in. Moving on to the next card, we have the Ten of Pentacles. We also have here the Nine of Cups, and we have here the Ace of Wands. So, considering that the negatives are outweighing the positives, I think you're getting ready here to make a clean break. You got here the Fool, you got here the Ten of Pentacles. I would be much more happier without this situation in my life. For example, if I've been committed to a job that's just been too taxing on my health, I'm getting ready to walk out of this job. Even if I have to sacrifice missing out on all the good money I'm making, I cannot have something be such a detriment to my health. At the end of the day here, Gemini, I think you finally realized this situation just has far too many negatives than the one positive that I'm getting from it. So I need to do what's best for me. And when you do walk out of whatever this situation is, immediately this week, you start feeling relief here with the Fool card and the Ten of Pentacles. You start feeling way more stability. With the Nine of Cups followed up here to the Ace of Wands, this is another two cards that are representing how you're feeling. Nine of Cups is typically you feeling more fulfilled, so you're in a better place mentally. You're feeling much more positive without this situation. It's like, I just let go of a massive burden and I feel freaking great. So letting go of this, considering this situation was very burdensome for you, when you let go of it, it's like a massive sense of relief. And with the Ace of Wands over here, you're like, okay, now I need to figure out what to do now. So this week, you're gonna have to figure out what comes next, what to do now, essentially. You know, if you've recently let go of a job, you need to figure out what will be another job that's a great option for me, that's going to make me great money, but at the same time, I'm still going to have my sanity. So you're getting ready here to start searching for your new beginning this week after you make that direct call to walk away from what is clearly not serving you. Like I said, though, Gemini, I do feel like here for the majority of you, this is probably career-based. If it's not career-based, it could be romantically based or relationship-based. So take this how it resonates to your personal life. Let's go ahead and see where things are going for you throughout this week. Oh, Three of Cups already coming out. That's wonderful for you. I like that. Three of Cups is a card of enjoyment, celebration. So you could be celebrating letting go of a massive burden here. I like that. You might even be having a little party, like a goodbye party. It's like, this is done. I'm taking whatever this situation is or whatever this obligation is that's been a part of my life, and I'm saying goodbye. And you're having kind of like this party vibe. So you could be celebrating with some friends, quitting a really toxic job. Maybe you got a divorce and that divorce was something you really needed. You might be having a divorce party. Believe it or not, those are real things. People do celebrate divorces sometimes. You know, it could be one of those marriages that were just very taxing, right? And now that you feel free, you're like, oh my God, I feel better. You know, it could be that here as well. But Three of Cups, whether you're having a party this week or not, Gemini, it is the card of being very joyous. So you feel very joyful. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck you were invested in or connected to here with that Hierophant card. I don't know what your duty, obligation, or commitment was, but being no longer committed and obligated to this situation, you are so much better and are feeling so much better, okay? You feel really good here, Gemini. Moving forward, we also got here the Sun card, which is another card of happiness, so I just keep getting happy, 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 okay? You're going to be feeling very, very happy here, Gemini. Moving forward from that, we also got here the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. This was the opportunity you needed to let go of all of your pain and all of your burdens. So I feel like whatever this situation was, it was something that was playing a big role in why you felt drained and why you felt upset and why you felt genuinely in a negative place, because there were way too many negatives coming from this situation rather than positives, you know? So Ace of Pentacles, this is the opportunity I needed to pull myself out of this mental battle. This was the opportunity I needed to pull myself away from all these negative energies. So Geminis, whatever decision you make here this week to kind of relieve yourself from a duty or some sort of obligation is going to be probably the best choice you've made in quite some time. I just see a lot of relief, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and the feeling of freedom for sure. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall outcome here for you. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Gemini's week regarding the month, or sorry, the week of the 11th, not the month. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Team Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding the week of the 11th? What do we got? And what do we have? We have here the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here says victory. I'm definitely feeling victorious vibes coming in here for you. Seven of Wands is essentially you guys feeling like you've completed everything that you set out to do. I also feel that the Seven of Wands is like you being happy that you finally stood up for yourself, because even if you were gaining something positive from this situation, you were very submissive to a lot of the negatives you were experiencing. And I think that you were so proud and happy that you finally stood up for yourself, because you were like, I deserve proper treatment. I don't deserve to be in an environment where there's one positive and tons of negatives. I deserve to be in an environment that has tons of positives and zero negatives, right? So this is an energy of being pretty proud that you stood up for yourself because you recognize that you essentially deserved better. Hell yeah, Gemini. I like that for you. So moving throughout the rest of your week, Ace of Wands is going to be a very big card here for you as well. I'm about to drop this card. Okay, I got it. It almost fell off the desk, but Ace of Wands is going to be a pretty big card here for you this week as well, because Ace of Wands is about, well, what comes next. So you're going to be on cloud nine here initially when you walk away from this, but then eventually, things are going to set in and you're going to be like, okay, well, what do I do next now? Because I have to do something. So I would get your creative, energies flowing, your creative juices flowing. I would really take some time to think and plan out what you want for yourself. Really look for environments that you feel fit you the best. For example, if we're talking about career here, look for a career that you'll enjoy doing. Look for a job you'll enjoy doing. And also just try to make sure that that pay aligns with what it is that you're doing, right? If this is about a relationship, make sure you're with a partner that may be fantastic and great, but also has proper boundaries and respects you and has everything that you would want from a partnership, right? So ultimately, where you're going from here, just make sure that it isn't going to be one of those situations again where there's so many negatives outweighing positives. Make sure you're getting all these positive things that you deserve from it, okay? Now, of course, there may be room for certain compromises, and compromises are something that's normal, but just don't risk your sanity for one benefit at the end of the day here, guys, okay? So you'll figure out what comes next, all right, Gemini? Give yourself some time. You'll get there. You'll figure out what comes next in due time. Just enjoy this week, though, and enjoy the freedom of releasing this massive freaking burden. All right, Gemini, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this week's reading. If it resonates, let me know down in those comments down below. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love, Gemini, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.